In this video, I'm going to share how to ask and receive messages from your cup using Brahmi tea and Brahmi tea leaf readings. So, one of the really interesting things about tea leaf readings is learning how to ask your tea leaves questions and how to receive the answers. So, when I'm teaching people how to read tea leaves, they always say, well, I don't really know what to ask. I don't really know how to get the messages. But once I guide people through the process, it's actually really easy. So, when you decide on what tea you would like to drink, you can kind of follow the theme and use that as a guidance to start your process and start learning how to use tea leaves to receive messages. So, right now I have the self love tea and I've already set my intentions and I want to know how to receive more self love into my life. So, one of the ways that you can ask the questions is you can just ask the cup something as general as, how do I receive more self love in my life? Or how do I open myself up to receiving more self love in my life? So, how you phrase the questions is going to create the energy field of how the universe delivers that to you. So, in the first step, you set your intentions, you want to manifest something. And the second step, we're looking at, well, how do I bring that in? What is preventing me from bringing that in? What am I changing to allow the space for it to come in? So, the question could be, how do I receive self love? What do I need to know to bring more self love into my life? So, we're looking at what we want and then how to create that. Something else we could think of is a more specific question. So we can have general questions and we can have specific questions. When it comes to self love, you can think about, how do I bring more love into my relationship? How do I connect with my family in a deeper way? So you can take these questions and go even deeper and then see how the universe talks to you through the tea leaves. So when we're talking to tea leaves, it's our own magic that we are initiating into a cup and receiving messages from the divine through the leaves. And so when we ask specific questions, we will also get more specific answers and guidance. And sometimes the answers will come right away, and sometimes they will take time. And that's okay, because if you ask the question, you might not be ready for the answer, or maybe the timing is not right for the answer. So I want you to think about, what is your goal? What are you trying to understand? And when you start, it is always great to start very general. So I put the intentions in with my questions right at the beginning after I poured some hot water into the tea leaves. And this is the time that I let my questions brew. How do I bring more self love into my life? And just see how the tea leaves mingle in there. And as I drink my tea, I usually start to get more messages until the tea leaves are only left. And that's when I get the deeper messages. So as soon as I start drinking the tea, I tend to start getting messages about my questions. And if you want to, you can also just do a blank reading. And what that means is just let the leaves reveal the messages to you. So just let the leaves talk to you, and you can just say, you know what, leaves, I have nothing specific I'd like to ask, but I'm open to hearing your message. And so as you do that and as you drink the tea, you'll start to hear maybe sometimes a faint whisper inside your head. You'll get a feeling, you'll have a memory. And this is how the universe is talking to you and guiding you. And this is how you'll receive messages to the questions that you've asked your tea leaves. So this is just a bit of a summary on how to ask your tea leaves questions and how to start to receive answers. So if you've liked this video, please go ahead and like it and make sure to drop your comments below. I'd love to hear any insights you have while reading your tea leaves. And you can purchase Brahmi tea on our website. Please subscribe to our channel so that you're notified every time we release new videos. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video.